Alright, welcome back to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, where we are pretty much entering into the... I don't want to say the end of the game, but yeah, we're getting into the end of the game here. Hopefully everything that Mia... Yeah, we've taken Mia's things somehow. So let's grab handgun ammo, let's grab that guy. That guy, I don't think we need that. We'll take her knife, because her knife is the best. Handgun ammo, machine gun ammo. That... A small standard power. Okay, so we don't want that. Don't need that right now. Relatively powerful. Burner. We can drop the burner. First aid, herb, handgun. I don't really need the magnum. That's the normal shotgun. That's the normal gun. Grab that. Alright, so that seems pretty good. We got a full inventory here. Let's put everything back where it needs to go. That needs to go there. Shotgun goes there. That goes just away. Yeah, it seems about right. Shotgun. Pistol. Look at that. Look how many bullets I have. This is a true Resident Evil game. Boy, that intro of that video is really entertaining, right? Going through that item box. So these are the salt mines. This is where DSP resides. In them salt mines. What did I grab that I don't need? I mean, I guess I don't need... whatever. I was only going to turn that chem fluid into more herbs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just waste ammo on this thing, because I don't really like this gun. This is another thing where I was talking about in the last video, or one of the last videos, how these characters are now pretty much on the same level as, like, Leon and Chris, where they can't really be in a survival horror kind of situation anymore, because look at this. 3 molded, we're just gonna blow them away with this machine gun. I didn't take those antique coins, did I? No, okay. Because that would be silly, I don't want those. Oh, there's another one, there's more! Alright. Oh, jeez, there's a lot. That was bad. That was dumb and bad of me. Who knows why I did that? I probably don't even need to be killing these guys. There's probably not really much out here to do. That is dumb and bad. Did he just say mother? Where'd he go? I don't like this. Like how immediately, as soon as I step back into the role as Ethan, I just start fucking up tremendously. Mia was doing a way better job of not getting killed. Again, now I feel safe in Ethan's shoes, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna just kill everything. Also, yeah, don't think you're out of the woods with exploding boxes. You're fine in the Mia part, because that doesn't matter at all. Lucas wouldn't have went in there and put exploding barrels. I didn't want that. Yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna get rid of you. Oh, fucking weed. Hell yeah. Those workers were just back here smoking pot all day. So this part... I will say is a little bit disappointing. This is your stereotypical, like, kind of umbrella lab, kind of. I'm not saying it's an umbrella lab, because it's most likely not. But it's that. It's analogous to an umbrella lab. Come on, let me get out of the elevator. This part also looks like the, like, end of Outlast, which I don't like. Because Outlast is a bad game, and Resident Evil 7 shouldn't take inspiration from Outlast. I hate you. Alright, I guess I can't hate him too much if he just died like that. But yeah, this part, it's not as long as you'd think it would be. Like, I figured this was going to be another, like, couple of hours in and of itself of just, you know, exploring. See, I'm so comfortable with Ethan now, I'm just shooting boxes instead of knifing them. I mean, we got the ammo to spare. There's a thing in here, isn't there? I thought shotguns weren't supposed to be good at that range. Damn, I missed you, Shoddy. Beam me up, Shoddy. Don't want it. Now, what's this? Can I do anything with this? Did I ever finish my thought? This part of the game isn't as long as you'd think it is, and that's kind of disappointing, because I was the first time I was playing this, I was ready to bunker down and explore a new, like, underground lab facility, see what's really going on with the mold and the molded, but that is not the case. It's pretty much like one room that has, like, a note in it. It's like, oh yeah, maybe this is what's going on. There's a guy in here. Where the fuck did that guy come from? Oh, he's dead. Lamp oil, rope, bombs? I like the atmosphere of this part, like, quite a bit. Really? Alright. But again, it's not as... This part isn't as good as it should have been, which is really unfortunate. Because this is one of the parts that I look forward to the most in a Resident Evil game, is just the underground lab part. Oh, this part's fucking great. I don't think I was able to accomplish anything. That guy isn't in any place where I could use him. Oh, there's another guy there. But this guy just completely managed to avoid that. Like, I mean, hey, good on you, pal, but not what I would have wanted. I wanted everything to die. Alright, I'm gonna save shotgun ammo, I think. Because I'm just kind of using it all willy-nilly. And that's another part that reminds me of the original Resident Evil. Like, when you have to use, or at least the remake, when you have to use the boulders to, like, break stuff. And then it opens up new paths for you. No, why turn your light off down here, Ethan? Like, I can't see anything. That one was more, it looked more like a remote bomb than... I knew it. I knew that one had to be explosive. Is that an enemy? But yeah, that one bomb looked more like a remote bomb than a, like a tripwire. But yeah, here's the, like, one room that has, like, the one note in it that's, like, of any value. Sent, January 16th, 2015. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one, too. Mom and Dad are totally under, though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of fucked up. Sent, Friday, November 4th, 2005. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Eveline would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. Friday, September 1st, 2016. Eveline's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting gray hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Interesting. It's a lot of herbs. I'm gonna use that one. Just because it doesn't fit in my inventory. That's not the note, by the way. I mean, that's a good note, but it's not, like, the really interesting one. The report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium that grows inside the E-Series infects a human. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with E-Series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. Initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-Series asset. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations and soon comes under the complete control of the E-Series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Containing a subject at this stage would be incredibly difficult. So pretty much Eveline is just controlling everything. Like, she turns people into mold, and then she controls the people's, like, brains to make them obey her, essentially, is what's going on. I don't want that yet. 5 minutes after dose, vomiting. Necrotoxin E-Series dosage test. 10 minutes after dose, death. 12 minutes after dose, cell calcification. Research report. The project was... Oh god, 7. The project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for the company's Next Boss, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority Initiative, working with technical assistance from the HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. Next Boss was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Since this effectively eliminates the costs of not only POW handling, but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had the Blank and even Blank's Blank organization chomping at the bit to get on board. This project would never have existed if it were not for the discovery of Blank in Blank, the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamycete. The fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce the mutamycete genome to a pre-stage 4 human embryo and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over the period of 30 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty, Series A through D to the perfected E series. Common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl, to ensure case of blending in with the urban/refugee populations. The first E-Series specimen, named Eveline, has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete Blank from her tissue at will. It is also of note that Eveline's mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced to a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Eveline achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the autoinducer pheromones used by quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. Eveline's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Eveline, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stage of infection reveal that at first the Phantom Eveline, that's a good name, appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, did a door just open? As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation attacks on other people. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Eveline's brainwashing effect, and by the time mental control is achieved, the mutamycete infection has progressed through the body's cells, so the body blank. So there's a lot in there. There's a lot to go over, but the thing I really want to mention is working with technical assistance from the HCF, which I do believe was an offshoot of Umbrella that helped with I think capture and containment of BOWs, led by a Mr. Albert Wesker. So it's really interesting that even though the guy's been dead for quite a while in the universe of Resident Evil, he's still kind of kicking about. Eveline's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms the molded, made of mold and also molded as in the shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing blank on samples of Eveline's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Never heard that word before. Administering the serum to the infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to blank would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call E-neurotoxin, which blank in even tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Eveline's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she was really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as the theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest she's making up for a perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. That's a lot of reading. I need some water. Okie doke. So yeah, that's some interesting stuff going in here. This is really the one room of note when it comes to like that kind of stuff. Which is like in what? Oh, in Resident Evil, that's like the shit that I live for. Is the dumb science experiments that like accidentally result in or purposefully result in like BOWs, which is so goddamn dumb. And I love it. E-necrotoxin. E-necrotoxin destroys cells of subject based on the E-series bioweapon model. Use only for disposal of E-series assets. The toxin must be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of the E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. So somewhere on these guys, like on these boxes, there's a few of these in the game. They say the word Tentsu on it. T-N-T-S-U, Tentsu. Which a lot of people are saying is the secret organization that has been, like, teased for forever. Like, the area and the people that Ada work for. So it's really interesting to see if that's actually the case. Because that would be, like, one of those mysteries that's been lingering around the Resident Evil, like, lore for a really long time. That will finally be solved in this game, but no one actually knows for sure. But something that I do know for sure is that that's the end of this video. We did a lot of reading in this one. So I will see you in the next one where we explore the salt mines a little bit more. Hopefully we don't get too salty. See you then.